Palli Siksha Bhavana. Palli Siksha Bhavana, the Institute of Agriculture, was established on September 1st, 1963 as Palli Siksha Bhavana, and it was later renamed as Palli Siksha Bhavana and amended in the 1984 Visva-Bharati Act. So this is our 61st Foundation Day. And in this auspicious day, we are very proud to have with us our chief guest, Dr. P.K. Ghosh, Honorable Director and VC ICAR, our guest of honor, Dr. Pradeep De, Honorable Director, ICAR Atari. And now I will request the convener, Professor Shitatudeep Mukhopadhyay, to come on the dais, and I will request our volunteers to escort Adhyakya President Palli Siksha Bhavana and guest of honor and chief guest on the dais. May I request the volunteers to escort Principal Sir to the dais. Request our chief guest Dr. P.K. Ghosh Sir to please come to the dais. Our guest of honor Dr. Pradeep De to please come on the dais. Now we move towards the felicitation of the dignitaries on the dais.
A very good morning to all the dignitaries on the dais, esteemed present and veteran faculty members, veteran and present staff members, alumni of Palli Siksha Bhavana, and our beloved students. I welcome all of you with immense joy and exultation in the auspicious occasion of 61st Foundation Day ceremony of Palli Siksha Bhavana. Now I would request our student volunteers to come forward for felicitation of our dignitaries on the dais. Students will be felicitating our dignitaries with Uttariyo, Chandan and flower bouquet. Now, I would request Professor Dean Palli Siksha Bhavana, to felicitate our chief guest and guest of honor with a memento. Sadhu, sadhu. Sadhu.
Thank you. In the world of happiness, in the world of blessedness, your truth and beauty, your glory overflows the great sky. Now we will listen the welcome song by our dear students of Palli Siksha Bhavana, Ananda Loke, Mongola Loke.
Now we will be moving forward with this Foundation Day program. Light is a symbol of brightness and prosperity, as sunlight expels the darkness of night and brings in blessings in our life in the form of prosperity and happiness. To make this 61st Foundation Day a blessed one, we will now move on to the lighting of lamp, and for this I would request and like to invite all our dignitaries present on the dais to please come forward for lighting of the lamp. I would request our student volunteers to assist them in lighting the lamp. sirs. Please have your respective seats and adorn the chair. We will now hear a beautiful inaugural song by the students of our institute. I would request all our students to start the song. The students of our institute will be chanting in front of us Visva-Bharati.
Thank you very much, all our dear students, and special thanks to Dr. Pritam Ghosh for coordinating all these things. We are now moving towards the next part of our program. During the course of our journey, we have lost many eminent scientists, great teachers, dedicated workers, and also our past students. আমাদের যাত্রা পথের কালে অমোঘ নিয়মে আমরা হারিয়েছি আমাদের বহু প্রিয় অধ্যাপকদের, বিশিষ্টজনদের, নির্ভরযোগ্য কর্মীদের এবং অনেকটা আকস্মিকভাবেই আমরা হারিয়েছি আমাদের বেশ কিছু প্রিয় ছাত্রছাত্রীদের। আজ এই শুভ দিনে আমরা প্রথমে তাদের শ্রদ্ধা জানাবো। Especially in the last 2 years, we lost many significant senior retired faculties. We fondly remember Professor Shantanu Choudhury, Professor of the Agriculture Extension and the ex-principal of PSB. We lost our favorite sir, Professor Ashish Chatterjee, Professor of Soil Science and Agriculture Chemistry. And very unfortunately, we also lost P. Kondaswamy sir, Associate Professor of Agriculture Engineering. And with a sorrowful mind, we remember the untimely demise of Mr. Shoujrojit Roy, one of our students of PSB. From the deepest core of our heart, we pay homage to the great departed soul, and we shall observe 1 minute of silence to honor them. May I request all of us to stand and keep our mobile silent. The time starts now. Now we move to the next part of our program. I would now like to request our principal, Professor Arun Kumar Bari, to deliver the welcome address.
Hello. Good morning to all of you present here in this August gathering. Hello. Today, actually, we are assembled here to celebrate our 61st Foundation Day of Palli Siksha Bhavana. And on this great occasion, we are having with us our alumni, Dr. Praveer Kumar Ghosh, the Honorable Director as well as Vice Chancellor of National Institute of Biotic Stress Management, Raipur. And we are also having with us Dr. Pradeep Dey, Honorable Director, ICR, Agricultural Technology Application Research Institute, Kolkata. And our convener, Professor Siddhartha Mukhopadhyay. So, sir, on behalf of Palli Siksha Bhavana Institute of Agriculture and on my behalf, I welcome you, sir. In front of mine, I see that dignitaries are present here, particularly our retired professors, Professor Shobondiyar Mukhopadhyay, Professor Kanchan Boral, Professor Munindranath Chattopadhyay, Professor Dishit Chakraborty, Professor Gulal Chandra Ghosh, Professor H.C. Nokul Chandra Mandal, and all our heads of the departments, as well as current faculties. And I see also different staff members also present here, our retired staff members, and our assistant librarian, PSB. So, all of you I heartily welcome. Above all, our beloved students who took part in this program of Foundation Day, I also welcome you in this great endeavor. Our Honorable Vice Chancellor actually sent a message to our Bhavana, because we will release a book on Palli Siksha Bhavana at a glance. So our Vice Chancellor sir also gave his message to include in this book. You will see later on. So I am also very much thankful to our Honorable Vice Chancellor sir. Due to his busy schedule, he could not able to attend this program, but his inspiration and guidance will always help us in achieving our goal. I will remind you that we have celebrated our Golden Jubilee Foundation Day in the year 2012, and our Diamond Jubilee in the year 2022. And this year we are celebrating 61st Foundation Day. Actually, we should feel very proud that our elite Bhavana or institute completed 60 years of its journey, long journey, successful journey, which was actually initiated from the noble thoughts of Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore through his Sriniketan experiment in the year 1992. During this course of time, our Bhavana has emerged as a full-fledged faculty with 12 departments. You know that we have implemented various ICR-related programs in this year, which will be commenced from 2023-24 session. One of them is revised and restructured courses and syllabi in all PG programs as per ICR BSMA guidelines. Not only that, ICR, Indian Agricultural Statistical Research Institute, under National Agricultural Higher Education Program, also initiated a digital learning platform for students through virtual classroom and AR/VR laboratory. Our students are experiencing all this learning system. And our institute also started ICR academic management system. Actually, ICR wants to bring all the 75 universities, both agricultural universities as well as universities of animal science and fisheries, to bring into one umbrella for this academic management system, which will enable automation and streamlining of all academic records and learning resources. Not only that, we also implemented revised PhD courses and syllabi as per ICR requirement, which has been included in the existing UGC guidelines in our university PhD ordinance. So all these things have been possible only due to the administrative approval of our administration on priority basis. When we approached to the administration, they initiated our program and approved for implementation in our institute. Behind this huge success over the years in our institute, dedications of faculties motivation of students and support of staff members who gave their best effort to make this institute to achieve great success must be praiseworthy. This should be praiseworthy. This is praiseworthy for our faculties and students and staff members. So this would not have been possible without their contribution of faculty, students and staff of this institution. So I congratulate each and everybody who gave their equal effort behind this success. At the end, I will remind you that our accreditation, as I said, accreditation will be due on 2024. So for this purpose, we all, faculty, students, staff members, should work hand in hand to submit the SSR, that is self-study report, in due course of time, so that the accreditation can be done in right time. So it is my request also, because the accreditation team always interact with our students, so they have great contribution in accreditation process. So I also request the students also to take part in this endeavor. With these few words, I again take the opportunity to welcome all of you to celebrate this great event. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the welcome address. There is a famous quote by Albert Einstein where he said that not everything that can be counted counts, and not everything that counts can be counted. So our goal should be to turn the data into information and information into insight. So now it's the time to look through the previous year's journey, what we have achieved and what yet we haven't achieved, we need to achieve it. So now I would request our organizing secretary of this Foundation Day ceremony, Professor Siddhartha Dev Mukhopadhyay, to come forward and give us a glimpse of PSP performance track record through a presentation. I would request our dignitaries on the dais to have the seat on the chair so that they can visualize the presentation properly.
Thank you, Shonali. Respected Chief Guest of this auspicious occasion, Dr. Proveen Kumar Ghosh, Director and VC, ICR National Institute of Biotics Test Management, Chhattisgarh, Dr. Guest of Honor, Dr. Pradeep De, ICR, Director, ICR Authority, Kolkata, our beloved Adhyaksha, Professor Arun Kumar Bari, my ever respected teachers sitting in front rows, Shaputta, Kanchunda, Gunenda, Trishita, Dulalda, Nokulda, and all my colleagues and dear friends. So this is the 61st foundation day of this institute, but this is the legacy we are carrying since last more than a century, since Gurudev attempted the Siddhikton experiment. And whatever program you talk about, whatever program you think about in Visva-Bharati, you will be finding something Tagore has written. Next slide, please. So, what is the object of Siddhikton? And we all believe the Nobel Prize won by Muhammad Yunus of Bangladesh, had the work of Siddhikton properly documented and placed at the Nobel Committee, that would have come, that would have fetched another honor for Rabindranath Tagore as the rural development planner and executor, because whatever the Nobel Prize and the activities took place in Bangladesh is the exactly true copy of what we had 100 years back at Siddhikton with the prolific Sriniketan experiment. The object of Sriniketan, as it said, Gurudev, as he thought, is to bring back life into its completeness. He thought about the completeness, and what a beautifully he coined the word rural reconstruction. And he was the first person to coin that word reconstruction instead of development or improvement. Something is there that has to be reconstructed. It's not the vacuum we are supposed to work on. So the word came into the process is the reconstruction of the rural areas. And at the same time, say use of modern resources for the improvement of the villagers' physical, intellectual and economic conditions. So next slide please. So with this background and having this more than 100 years of legacy and heritage of working in the domain of the rural development vis-a-vis agricultural development, this institute emerged in today's institute with the passage of time. What we had during 1922 is a Palli Siksha Bhavana with a unit of agriculture and dairy at Sriniketan. With the progression, with the demand of the time, with the technological development and the expectation of the farming community, we had the Institute of Rural Higher Education having a Department of Agriculture, which was offering the 3 years degree or diploma course in rural services and 2 years certificate course in agriculture. September 1, 1963, again with the demand of the situation, with demand of the technological, to cope up with the technological development in the field of agriculture. And with that assumptions, if agriculture fails, what else can rise? If agriculture fails, I repeat, what else can rise? So agriculture has to given the major focus, and this institute came up as during the year 1963 as Palli Siksha Bhavana, offering 4-year degree courses in agriculture. 1984, another breakthrough took place. The institute was renamed as Palli Siksha Bhavana. Now, what is the difference between Shadana and Bhavana? There's another glaring thing of Visva-Bharati. So, sometimes back, central government announced that every department, every institute has to be renamed with the Hindi text. And Visva-Bharati is having the perhaps the only university which was not supposed to change is any of its nomenclature. And what was the background of that thing? See, to start the education, what the student will get is the part. So there is a part of Bhavan, and this word part and Bhavan you will be finding in Sanskrit, in Hindi, in Bengali as well. And after having that part, what you can achieve? Shiksha. During the time of Gurudev, we had the Siksha Bhavana, not the Institute of Science, but the Institute of Graduation. So that Shiksha, again that word is in Devanagari, is in Hindi, is in Bengali, and Bhavan as well. After having completion of Shiksha, what you can get is the Vidya College of Post-Graduation. Again, no nomenclature is supposed to be changed. The people are supposed to get the Vidya. And at the end, after having Vidya, what Vidya is supposed to give is the Binoy Bhavan. All these words are in the Devanagari, in the Hindi, in the Bengali. So Visva-Bharati was not supposed to change anything. And again coming to Sriniketan. So here the Palli Siksha Bhavana, all the words are there in all 3 languages. And Palli Siksha Bhavana. This is again all the way, so we are having. And Shadana is the concept of the department which we were having during 1963. And Bhavan is the is the faculty, is the institute, not the department. And afterwards, 1989, this department, with the demand of the situation, demand of the technological upgradation, to cope up with that technological upgradation and to impart training and learning to the students with that improved technologies what we had at that point of time. Institute was having 4 amalgamated departments. As you can see in the slides, C-Hub, you can see EES and PP. Again, for identification of the proper domain of the knowledge during the next slide please. Lastly, we are having these 12 departments all individual department having their professional excellence and professional ambit of the discourse. So all this you can see, Department Biophysical Sciences, Department of Agronomy, Department of Agricultural Engineering, Genetics Plant Breeding, Crop Physiology, Entomology, Soil Science and Agricultural Chemistry, Horticulture, Post-Harvest Technology, Plant Pathology and Animal Sciences. In the Social Science, we are having Department of Agricultural Extension, Agricultural Economics and Agricultural Statistics. And other units are Agriculture Farm, Soil Testing Laboratory, Horticulture Farm, Physical Education Unit, Dairy Unit, PSB Library, and of course, and a very integral part of this institute is the Rotindra Krishi Vigyan Kendra. Next slide, please. Now, proceeding to the what the comparer shortly was prompted me. What is the performance? Let us take the students' performance first. The admission data. You can look at the admission data for the last year. So we had in BSc 56 students during 2019. They got admitted and passed out 56 2023. MSc total admitted during 2022 is 60, and breakup of all these departments are there. And the agricultural engineering, crop physiology, agricultural economics and agricultural statistics are yet to start their MSc program. Fortunately, we are going to start the MSc in agricultural economics next year onwards. And next year during the 1st September, somebody will be coming to this podium to deliver the PSB track record, and will be finding agricultural economics offering their MSc program. And totally say in case of passed out, 100% pass rate with the first division, first class, and our first class is at 70%. This is true for the BSc, this is true for the MSc as well, for all the departments. And again, the PhD admission is 70. Of course, 2022 was a year which was, everything was jeopardized because of the context of the COVID. Admission was delayed or everywhere. Students are really confused where to get for the admission and how to get the admission. However, we got 17 students and 25 students awarded PhD last year. Next slide, please. Now the performance track record. So out of 56 students, we had students having GRF, 6 students, placement 13, 26 net, 3 plus 1 student from SRF 3 and 1 student from entomology department got admitted abroad for this PhD degree. Job 15, this job are only for the government gazetted job, bank officer job and the assistant professor job. That is 15, and award won by the students is rolled up was to the 7. And in this count, agricultural extension students of agricultural extension profoundly performed in that way, comparing to the students of the other departments. Next slide, please. So now is a teacher performance. We are going into that way, and you can look at this. A number of teachers is 49 only. Research paper is 166. Book chapters is 27 since last 4 years. Last year. Publication per teacher average is going to 4.19. In any count, this is a very good picture for the teachers. In a year, more than 4 papers per teacher is a very good figure as well. And some of the departments performed even better than the average, college average. That is the agricultural extension, soil science, agricultural chemistry, agronomy with 0.7.11, horticulture and post-harvest technology, agricultural statistics. These all departments, the faculty members even performed in terms of their publication better than the average. And you can, the teachers won 5 awards as well, and the research projects that at this moment, 28 research projects spread over different departments are running in this institute. This is in nutshell the achievement part of this institute for the last 1 year. I mean July 1, 2022 to 31st August 2023. This is the 1 year data we are providing you. And I must be, I know all the ex-teachers, former teachers of this institute will be happy to note that this is the performance track record of our students as well as our faculty, as well as our institute as a whole. Besides this academic performance of the students, they are very good in their cultural activities. They are very good performer in the NSS and the other activities as well. And I must be referring Provid, my dear younger brother and alumni of this institute. During our time, we had only agriculture, no culture otherwise. Now the students are having agriculture. You can see the performance, as well as they are having all the cultures beside agriculture. So I am ending this thing, next slide please, with the promise for the better performance next year. Thank you very much. Thank you once again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Professor Siddhartha Dev Mukhopadhyay, for the beautiful rendition of what we have achieved and our track record. So now moving forward, the next part of the program is the felicitation of our former faculty members. So I consider it a great honor to welcome some of our veteran faculty members whom I can see sitting on the dais, sitting on the front seat. So should I call upon Professor Trishik Chakraborty, Professor Dulal Chandra Ghosh, Dulal Chandra Ghosh, Professor Shapon Mukhopadhyay, Professor Gurindranath Chattopadhyay, Professor Kanchan Boral, and Professor Gokul Chandra Mondol. I would request our principal sir to do the honors by felicitating them. I would request our student volunteers to assist them.
যে সকল প্রাক্তন কর্মীরা রিটায়ার করে গেছেন, অবসর নিয়েছেন, আজকে আমাদের সাথে আছেন, তাদেরকেও আমি অনুরোধ করব একটু সামনের দিকে চলে আসুন। আমাদের অধ্যক্ষ মহাশয় এবং আজকের মাননীয় অতিথিবৃন্দ আপনাদেরকে শুভেচ্ছা জানাবেন আমাদের সকলের তরফ থেকে। আপনাদের সকলের অবদান মনে রেখে, মাথায় রেখে আমরা আমাদের পরবর্তী দিনগুলোর দিকে এগিয়ে যাব। আমাদের পাশে থাকবেন, আশীর্বাদ করবেন।
It's a wonderful moment to find amongst us our veteran or former faculty members. Their motivation, their work will really count for us for our future days.
অবসরপ্রাপ্ত আর যদি কেউ এসে থাকেন দয়া করে সামনে চলে আসুন। অনুপদা এসেছেন।
We will be moving forward for the next program. We will be releasing a book, a document, PSB at a glance. I would kindly request our volunteers to hand over the document to all our respected dignitaries on the dais, and let us come forward for the release of the document PSB at a glance 2023 to make the 61st Foundation Day ceremony a memorable one. Palli Siksha Bhavana at a glance. We are seeing the releasing ceremony of this document. Thank you, sirs.
Thank you. Now we'll move to the next part of our program. In the very recent past, we lost Dr. Sudip Kumar Lahiri, one of our past students from the 26 PSB family. He was a student from 1989 to 1993. In his memory, the 26th family decided to start the Sudip Kumar Lahiri Memorial Award for the students. To give a brief introduction of the award and also to distribute the award among the students, I would like to call upon the representative members of the 26 family. Subrata is here with us. And at the outset, on the behalf of the organizing committee and on my own behalf, I want to thank them for the great initiatives and also for taking the responsibility of continuing this award in the future days. Subrata, please.
ধন্যবাদ মহুয়া। আমাদের 1989-93 ব্যাচের আমি আমার রিপ্রেজেন্টেটিভ হিসাবে আমি আছি এখানে, আর গণেশ মালিক, আমি প্রফেসর গণেশ মালিককেও এখানে আসার জন্য অনুরোধ করছি। সুদীপ লাহিড়ী 1989 এবং থেকে 93 এখানে বিএসসি করেছেন। বিএসসি করার পরে সে সঙ্গে সঙ্গেই চাকরি পায় এবং LIC ডেভেলপমেন্ট অফিসার হিসাবে কাজে জয়েন করে এবং সে ছিল একজন সবসময় সদা হাস্যময়, প্রাণ চঞ্চল এবং বন্ধুবৎসল ও পরোপকারী একজন ছেলে। সবসময় প্রত্যেকটা দিন হোস্টেলের দিন এবং রাতেও কতটুকু ঘুমাতো সন্দেহ আছে। যদি কেউ মানে মন খারাপ থাকতো হোস্টেলে, তাহলে যতক্ষণ পর্যন্ত না তাকে হাসাতে পারতো, তাকে হালকা করতে পারতো, ততক্ষণ পর্যন্ত সুদীপের ঘুম থাকতো না। এবং আরেকটা ব্যাপার হচ্ছে যে যদি কারোর শরীর খারাপ হতো, সিনিয়র হোক জুনিয়র হোক, আমাদের হসপিটালে ভর্তি হতো, তো রাত জেগে থাকবার লোক কিন্তু প্রথমেই একজনই হোস্টেলে তার মাথার কাছে, সেটা হচ্ছে সুদীপ লাহিড়ী। তো এইটা বরাবরই ছিল। খেলাধুলার বিষয়ে ভীষণ উৎসাহ ছিল মাঠেতে, নিজে তবলাও বাজাতে পারত, গান বাজনার ব্যাপারে উৎসাহ ছিল এবং সব থেকে সবসময় একটা ছটফটে ভাব। খাবার টেবিলে ও খেতে ঢুকতো প্রথম, বেরিয়ে আসতো শেষ ডাইনিং টেবিলে। কারণ একটা ব্যাচ শেষ হতো, একটা ব্যাচের সঙ্গে থালা নিয়ে উঠে গিয়ে আরেকজনের পাশে বসতো, মানে সবাইকার পিছনে লেগে সবাইকে হাসিয়ে খেয়ে দিয়ে ঘর। তা এই সুদীপ লাহিড়ী যখন এখান থেকে পাস করে যায়, MSc করা হয়নি, কিন্তু প্রত্যেক শনি রবিবার এখানেই থাকতো। চাকরি জীবনে প্রত্যেক শনি রবিবার কিন্তু এখানেই থেকে গেছে এবং সেটা তার এখান থেকে পাস করে বেরিয়ে যাওয়ার 10 বছর পর পর্যন্ত। এবং গত করোনার সময় সবসময়ই আসতো এখানে। ওই রকমই ওর এক কলিগ বাইরের থেকে এসে উগরা ব্রাঞ্চে কাজ করতো, তার জ্বর হয়, কিন্তু তাকে ডাক্তারখানা নিয়ে যাওয়ার বা তার জন্য ওষুধ আনার কেউ ছিল না, একমাত্র সুদীপ লাহিড়ী ছাড়া। সে তখন ওই ছেলেটিকে নিয়ে ডাক্তারখানা করে, তার ওষুধ করে, তার চিকিৎসা করে, তার বাড়ি পৌঁছে দিয়ে এসে বাড়িতে ঢোকে এবং সেই রাত থেকেই জ্বরে পড়ে এবং তারপর দিনে তাদের ফ্যামিলির সবারই জ্বর হয়। সবাই মিলেই হসপিটালে ভর্তি হয়েছিল, কিন্তু সুদীপ আর ফেরেনি। তো যাই হোক, আমরা 26তম ব্যাচ পল্লী শিক্ষা ভবন 1989 থেকে 93 এই ব্যাচের ছাত্রছাত্রীরা আমাদের প্রিয় বন্ধু এবং PS বিহান, আপাতমস্তক PS বিহান সুদীপ কুমার লাহিড়ীর স্মৃতির উদ্দেশ্যে পল্লী শিক্ষা ভবনের আন্ডার গ্র্যাজুয়েট এবং পোস্ট গ্র্যাজুয়েটের সমস্ত ডিপার্টমেন্টের যারা টপার তাদের জন্য সুদীপ কুমার লাহিড়ী গোল্ড মেডেল অ্যাওয়ার্ড এবং তার সঙ্গে সার্টিফিকেট এটা দেওয়ার প্রস্তাব আমরা গত বছর রেখেছিলাম কলেজ কর্তৃপক্ষের কাছে এবং এই ফাউন্ডেশন ডে কমিটির কাছে, এবং আমরা খুবই কৃতজ্ঞ এবং আনন্দিত কলেজ কর্তৃপক্ষ সেটিকে সানন্দে গ্রহণ করেছেন এবং এটি অনুমোদন দিয়েছেন। আশা করি ভবিষ্যতেও এই গোল্ড মেডেল অ্যাওয়ার্ড এটা চালু থাকবে। সকলেই পরবর্তী যারা আসবে তারা হেলদি কম্পিটিশনের মাধ্যমে এই সুদীপ কুমার লাহিড়ী গোল্ড মেডেল অ্যাওয়ার্ডটি পাওয়ার জন্য আপ্রাণ চেষ্টা করবেন, এই আশা আমরা রাখি। আমি মৌমাকে মাইক ফেরত দিচ্ছি। নমস্কার।
Thank you, Subhrata. Now I am reading the names of the recipient of the awards. Divyendu Sheth, topper of the BSc Honours in Agriculture. Please come forward, and may I request our chief guest to hand over the award and medal, and may I request Principal Sir Palli Siksha Bhavana proudly confers Sudeep Kumar Memorial Foundation Day Award to Divyendu Sheth for securing first position in BSc Honours Agriculture Examination 2023. Visva-Bharati Nikita, topper of Agriculture Entomology. She is present. Nikita is present. Or else I will request Sharnali to collect the certificate and award on behalf of Nikita. Palli Siksha Bhavana proudly confers Sudeep Kumar Memorial Foundation Day Award to Ms. Visva-Bharati Nikita for securing first position in MSc AG Agriculture Entomology. Batina Priya, topper of Plant Pathology. Palli Siksha Bhavana proudly confers Sudeep Kumar Lahiड़ी Memorial Foundation Day Award to Ms. Batina Priya for securing first position in MSc AG in Plant Pathology. Jayashree V, topper of Genetics. The next award goes to Jayashree V. Palli Siksha Bhavana proudly confers Sudeep Kumar Memorial Foundation Day Award to Ms. Jayashree V for securing first position in MSc AG in Genetics and Plant Breeding. Next is Malod Girijashree, topper of Agriculture Extension. Palli Siksha Bhavana proudly confers Sudeep Kumar Lahiड़ी Memorial Foundation Day Award to Ms. Malod Girijashree for securing first position in MSc AG in Agriculture Extension. Next is Laboni Bormon of Soil Science and Agriculture Chemistry. Palli Siksha Bhavana proudly confers Sudeep Kumar Lahiड़ी Memorial Foundation Day Award to Ms. Laboni Bormon for securing first position in MSc AG in Soil Science and Agriculture Chemistry. Next is Shritilata Shatapati, topper of Agronomy. Palli Siksha Bhavana proudly confers Sudeep Kumar Lahiri Memorial Foundation Day Award to Ms. Sritilata Shatapati for securing first position in MSc in Agronomic 2023. Next recipient is Pradipta Kumar Mukherjee, topper of Horticulture Fruit Science. Palli Siksha Bhavana proudly confers Sudeep Kumar Lahiri Memorial Award to Pradipta Kumar Mukherjee for securing first position in MSc in Horticulture Fruit Science. The next award goes to Lokesh T.H., topper of Horticulture Vegetable Science. Palli Siksha Bhavana proudly confers the Sudeep Kumar Lahiri Memorial Award to Mr. Lokesh T.H. for securing first position in MSc in Horticulture Vegetable Science. The next recipient is Shourabh Patro, topper of Animal Science. Palli Siksha Bhavana proudly confers the Sudeep Kumar Lahiri Memorial Foundation Day Award to Mr. Shourabh Patro for securing first position in MSc in Animal Science Poultry. We are concluding the Sudeep Kumar Lahiri Memorial Foundation Day Award. Now we'll move to the next award, but before that we must say that very unfortunately we lost one of our faculty. He was in the present position of Associate Professor in Agriculture Engineering, and all of a sudden we lost P. Kandaswamy sir, the Associate Professor of Agriculture Engineering. And in his memory, the Foundation Day Award, another award has been started from this year, that is P. Kandaswamy Memorial Foundation Day Award. And this recipient of this award is Mr. Deep Kumar Mondol. Mr. Deep Kumar Mondol for securing highest marks in BSc Honours Agriculture Engineering. I just want to inform you that family of Kandaswamy, which consists of his wife and daughters, they are contributing for this award and hope we will be continuing this award in his memory, and it is our responsibility to carry forward the name of Kandaswamy, whom we lost very unfortunately and very untimely death. The recipients of the award are requested to carry the box of the medals from the backstage after the closure of the program. So we'll now move to the next part of the program, and now I will take the opportunity to invite our guest of honor, Dr. Pradip De, for his speech. We'll just listen to him in a very brief way here, because after the tea break we'll listen in great details, we'll listen a lecture from him. Now it is a proud privilege to introduce Dr. Pradip De, who is the Director ICAR Agricultural Technology Application Research Institute, and he is one of the eminent scientists in the field of soil science. He has various patents also, and he is one of the pioneer worker in the development of the portable soil testing kit, and we'll just listen to him, sir.
গঙ্গা পুজো গঙ্গা জল ছাড়া হয় না, সেরকম বিশ্বভারতীতে এসে বা শ্রীনিকেতনে এসে গুরুদেবকে প্রণাম না জানিয়ে শুরু করা সম্ভব নয়। প্রথমে গুরুদেবকে প্রণাম। আমাদের এস্টিমড প্রিন্সিপাল অফ দিস prestigious institute, and we take proud for coming over here time and again. And also Professor Mukhopadhyay, because they are organizing, of course it is mandatory and custom that I should address first to chief guest, but I am telling because this particular place is holding a different type of connotation. In fact, এটা একটা তীর্থস্থানের মতোই। আমাদের চিফ গেস্ট এবং এই ইনস্টিটিউটের ফ্যাকাল্টি, ওই জন্যই আমি চিফ গেস্টকে একটু পরে রাখলাম, কারণ সিনিয়র যারা তাদেরকে আর অন্য সমস্ত টিচার, রেভার্ড টিচার, রিটায়ার্ড টিচার অ্যান্ড স্টুডেন্টস, let me welcome all of you to this very auspicious function of 61st Foundation Day. One usually in foreign countries they say life starts after 60. So in fact this is the time when you can be more productive, can be more prosperous, and that's why this Foundation Day I think is very very important. যখনই আমি বিশ্বভারতী বা শ্রীনিকেতন সম্বন্ধে মনে হয়, তখন মনে হয় যেন গুরুদেবের একটা হৃদয়ের খুব গভীরে প্রথিত একটা উৎস থেকে, যে ওনার যে একটা আকুতি ছিল, যে মাঝে মাঝে গেছি আমি ওপার প্রাঙ্গণের ধারে, ভিতরে প্রবেশ করি সে শক্তি ছিল না একেবারে, সেই বেড়া জালটাকে ভেঙে দেওয়ার জন্যেই উনি এই শান্তিনিকেতন এক্সপেরিমেন্ট শুরু করেছিলেন। and then he ultimately this establishment of this particular institute is a culmination of that dream, and ultimately he could break that shackle, and that experiment in fact started not only one but so many other things. At that time he could imagine that there will be some climate change. He started Bonam also. He could imagine there will be requirement of cooperative movement, and now we are telling from uttering more and more of FPCs, FPOs formation, SIG formation, and going forward towards secondary agriculture. And secondary agriculture also he gave so much importance at that time when nobody could thought of that even secondary agriculture is so much important. The primary produce can be taken for making and bringing different product for the society, benefit of the society. He could thought of at that time. সেই জন্যই এই জায়গাটা সত্যি একটা তীর্থস্থান। এই জায়গাটা আসাটাই অনেক ভাগ্যের। তাই এখানে যারা ছাত্র, শিক্ষক সবাইকে আমার অনেক অনেক শ্রদ্ধা, অনেক অনেক শুভকামনা। আর আমাদের এখানে হেড আছেন কেভিকে একটা এমন একটা এক্সপেরিমেন্ট, আমার মনে হয় রবীন্দ্রনাথই এটা শুরু করেছেন বেসিক্যালি। এটা শ্রীনিকেতন এক্সপেরিমেন্টেরই একটা পার্ট, যেখানে উনি একটা জায়গায় বলেছিলেন, ইফ উই ট্রাই টু হেল্প ফ্রম আউটসাইড উইল ডু মোর হার্ম দ্যান গুড। মানুষের ধর্মে একটা জায়গায় বাংলাটাকে যদি ইংলিশ করি তাহলে সেটাই দাঁড়ায়, উনি বলে গেছেন। সেইটা থেকেই কিন্তু কেভিকেরও জন্ম, এবং কেভিকে আজকে ডাইরেক্টলি হ্যান্ড হোল্ডিং অফ ফার্মার্স, ডাইরেক্টলি হ্যান্ড হোল্ডিং অফ গ্রোয়ার্স, এবং যে এফপিও এফপিসি ফরমেশন পর্যন্ত সেটা এই করছে। আর আমাদের ডক্টর মণ্ডল ওটা এখানে দেখছেন, আর আপনারা যারা কেভিকের কার্যকলাপ দেখেছেন তারা বুঝতে পারবেন অ্যাকচুয়ালি শ্রীনিকেতন এক্সপেরিমেন্টই একটা ইন্ডিয়ান অবতার বলতে পারেন। সেটা হচ্ছে আমাদের কেভিকে সিস্টেম। সেটা আমার যেটা মনে হয়েছে সেটাই বললাম। বাকি আরও অনেক কিছু আমার যখন স্ট্রাকচার লেকচার আছে তখন কিছু কিছু শেয়ার করব, যেগুলো আমাদের মানে সাবজেক্ট ম্যাটার ওরিয়েন্টেড। তো আরও একটা কথা মনে হয়েছে যে রবীন্দ্রনাথ আর একটা রাশিয়ার চিঠিতে বলে গেছিলেন, লিখে গেছেন একটা জায়গায়, যে জাতির শিক্ষা আছে সে কোনোদিন মরতে পারে না। আর আরও একটু এগিয়ে গিয়ে আমি বলতে পারি যে জাতির হাতে কলমে শিক্ষা হবে সে জাতি মরতে পারে না। সেই হাতে কলমে শিক্ষাটাই শ্রীনিকেতন কেবিকে এরা করছে। তাই যতদিন শ্রীনিকেতন থাকবে ততদিন আমাদের এই জাতির মৃত্যু হবে না গুরুদেবের ভাষায়, সে কথাটা আমার পূর্ণ বিশ্বাস আছে। সবাইকে আবার অনেক অনেক আপনাদের ধন্যবাদ জানিয়ে শুভকামনা জানিয়ে শেষ করছি। ধন্যবাদ।
Thank you, sir. The best way to predict your future is to create it, and an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. So we have such a personality amongst us who has molded the wisdom of knowledge into milestone. May I have the honor to call up and deliver a lecture or an inaugural speech by our chief guest, Dr. P.K. Ghosh, Honorable Director and Vice Chancellor, ICAR, National Institute of Biotic Stress Management, Chhattisgarh. It is also a very proud moment for us as we have him as our alumni too. So may I now request Dr. Ghosh to come up and deliver his inaugural speech. Sir, please.
Very good morning to all of you. Dignitaries on the dais, Dr. Budinde, Dr. Bari, Dr. Mukhopadhyay, and all my teacher studying from Dr. Kanchanda, Sapanda, Guninda, Tisida, Dulalda, Nakulda, and all my faculty of this institute, and office staff, and my dear student. I am delighted and honored to be here today in this foundation day or auspicious day, Palli Siksha Bhavana. It's a matter of great pride and joy for me. The simple reason is to return to my alma mater. Almost after 40 years, I left this institute college. The reason is that I spent my most memorable and formative year of my life in this institute. I congratulate to all of the staff for this historical moment of 61 Foundation Day of this institute. At the same time, I also compliment and congratulate all the awardees for their best to best performance in their endeavor. As we know that Visva-Bharati is an unique university that reflects the vision of founder. We know who is the founder, that is Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore, who was not only a poet and writer but also a visionary thinker and educationalist. You all know that he conceived this university, Visva-Bharati, as a place of learning and cultural exchange between India and whole world. Today I am fortunate that I am here before you, and perhaps after this inaugural program I will be delivered a lecture on a very pertinent and burning topic today we are facing, that is sustainability. Sustainability in agriculture, not only in India but globe. And if we understand, and I think you all know, that the Tagore's idea of sustainability not only about preserving natural resources but also nurturing the human culture and also their tradition. When we talk about the Tagore's philosophy of sustainability, and it is today's context, it is very relevant and inspiring all of us in the sense that today we are facing the challenges of natural environmental degradation, social inequality and cultural erosion. When we talk of the Palli Siksha Bhavana, we all know that it is an integral part of the Visva-Bharati, and it embodies this Tagore's philosophy, as Dr. Mukhopadhyay said, that rural reconstruction and agriculture development. As we know that he was totally and deeply concerned about the condition of the rural people in India, who are suffering most from the poverty, ignorance, exploitation, and also the social inequality and diseases. He strongly believed that time, I think 100 years ago, he strongly believed that we need to empower them through a scientific knowledge and skill, along with respect for their culture and also the tradition. We can remember that he wanted, that the Gurudev wanted to make them self-reliant and self-governing by providing them with a proper education, healthcare and sanitization and the cooperative development, as Dr. Dey mentioned, and also agriculture, overall agriculture improvement. Now I can emphasize here, now today our country is focusing on self-reliant or Atmanirbhar Bharat, which was a thought or philosophy of our Gurudev much ahead, that is before pre-independence. So now that that time, that Gurudev also grasps that if the fate of the poor is not secured, even if we are giving a great effort to building a nation and also a functional society, our total effort will be a futile exercise. He understood thoroughly that our economy of Bengal is agriculture based, and the main drivers are the workers, the rural people. Perhaps you all know that in many of his literature, this understanding has been depicted, and for example, the Sonar Tadi is one of the, it's a poem of helplessness of a worker. Apparently, when he was unable to do justice with his own harvest of a crop, then Gurudev realized, yes, British colonization has crippled the rural economy and also destroyed the moral of the mass of Indian farmers. To realize these dreams of his dreams, you all know that he demonstrated a strong leadership and established a many initiative of rural development in Srinagar. And having said this background, you know that in 1905, he established an agriculture bank that time. And most of his earning he deposited, along including his Nobel Prize money. Perhaps students are not aware of the fact. And the earning received from performance of song and also the drama, that dance drama, it was also deposited in that agriculture bank. And I think you all know that in 1927, that bank was turned into the Visva-Bharati Cooperative Bank. The Gurudev has a clear-cut thought. He understands that without technological advancement, the rural life as well as the agriculture could not have a appropriate momentum. In 1999, we all know that he developed he established an agriculture farm or agriculture rural farm and I think it is in maybe the Silada Kutibari with a 80 bigger land that is in a vested land. And surprisingly, we will be knowing to surprise that during that time he thought of establishing a soil testing lab with a modern, then available with modern equipment. It is a unique thought from his part. In 1922, I think he established another dairy farm at Surul, we all know. And in the meantime, I'm giving this story because I think students will be aware of the fact. And in 1920, in the meantime, he visited Russia. You know why? To learn how they produce more with the modern technology. And after returning from Russia, he started cultivating himself with many crops. One of the crops is the sugarcane, cauliflower, and also carrot, guava, and so on. It is in the 1922, 28 and 23, his involvement in farming was so extensive, and he went to the establishment of the dairy and also poultry house, and also initiated many extension program services to the surrounding villages. So that this is some of the background. I think Bati Balaka, I think exactly, I don't know what is that, is also his initiative, a group of boys and girls who were involved to work for the rural reconstruction. And those girls and boys also called the forest children. You know why? Because they lived surrounding these villages and they learned from the nature. And that's why they called as the forest children. The Gurudev also stressed the need of empowering women and marginal section. I am giving some of the example what our government has taken up and also ICR. We know that in 1928, the lab-to-land project were launched by ICR. In 2015, two aspects of the Mera Gaon, Mera Gaurav, launched by Government of India, and also soil health card. I think it has come in a bigger way, with crore number of your soil health card distributed even at district and village level. Now this idea, what we are thinking now, these ideas promoted by Gurudev march ahead, that is before independence. So this is the beauty of the Tagore's thought and philosophy. Then now perhaps you all agree with me at one point that Palli Siksha Bhavana is a successor of all these initiatives of Rabindranath Tagore. The reason being it imparts that education on agriculture sciences at graduation and PG level. As an alumni of this Palli Siksha Bhavana, I can testify to quality and relevance of education and research of this institute. It was here, because the reason being, it was here I learned not only my scientific expertise and scientific aptitude, but also the humanistic attitude and also outlook. I learned here not only the principles and practices of agriculture, but also the values and idea of Tagore. I found not only my teacher or mentor available here, I found my friends best in my life. So as I am emotionally attached with this institute, being an alumni, I owe a lot to this institute for shaping my career and character. I am really grateful to my teacher and mentor who guided me and support during my stay in this institute. I am really proud after having learned from the presentation of Professor Mukhopadhyay. I am really proud of the student for their achievement and aspiration. In fact, I am out of Bengal, but I could know that during last one decade, the student of Palli is very competitive, and they are now everywhere. As he mentioned, the JRF, they clear IRI entrance, they clear JRF, All India entrance, they are also clear many ARS. One best example I am giving, one of the ARS product of this institute, Dr. Arko Prabharai is with me. He is really asset of this institute and also my institute. Within 3-4 months, I have given a task that how best we can develop a carbon gain or carbon neutral campus having all these components. We have a tree component, we have a solar system, we have a vermicompost system. Can you calculate whether we are approaching to have a carbon neutrality or carbon gain in the campus or efficient energy system in the campus? If not, what component we have to add, and when we will achieve this carbon gain campus or efficient campus, so that he is on the job or faculty. He has excellent background, having educated from IRI and Visva-Bharati Palli Siksha Bhavana. I am really proud of him, and that's such type of student, and they definitely in future they will be clear. Now, having said all this, I don't know the present situation, but I have one or two suggestions, for don't take it otherwise. We have a big alumni, whether we have harvested their potentiality, and also I know that many of the alumni, they are in the private job or industry. Whether we have established a placement cell here for the benefit of UG students, those who are industry-ready students, how we can place them? Can we harvest their potentiality, capturing or connecting our alumni who are in private job? We can have a committee, including we can include them as one of the member in this committee. I think that is a very easy to have an industry meet with our alumni or with other industry. We can have a placement cell, regular meeting with the placement cell, so they can our student ready they can absorb. Because always I believe that industry, if they get a student ready graduate, they are not going to further invest for their training. So it is their idea. So that is one suggestion. And then as I am taking care there, now we have a good plantation, and this can you calculate or whether we are achieving this environmental friendly the campus or zero emission campus. So that in my presentation I will be definitely what is our commitment of our country to the zero carbon emission. I will make a presentation, and when I will talk on the sustainability concern in Indian agriculture. Now this is something I think we are in the job. One situation I am giving example. The faculty should be very proactive along with the student to student. One example I am upset with the condition is that 3 years back I was there, I was handling National Fund project, World Bank project as a national coordinator. I know some of the faculty, existing faculty, I approach, you can submit a concept note with the 3-4 thematic area I have suggested, and you can get 25 crore project from the World Bank. Since I am there as an alumni, definitely I will see that the project is through. The such type of project I have given to BCKB as a national coordinator and also Uttar Banga. but it is really unfortunate that I could not receive. The concept note is very easy to prepare with as an institute or university, so that this institute has missed. So like this, we are in a very important position. Somewhere we can help this institute, but the proposal should come and proactive role should come from this, because many of the alumni, we are in the ICR or in other at a various position. So finally, on this auspicious occasion, let us pay our tribute to our Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore by renewing our commitment to his vision. Let us pledge to work together for the development of the welfare of the rural sisters and brothers who are really stuck up at village level. They need your help. Let us pledge to contribute to the development of nation, be it with your carbon, be it land degradation, be it nutritional security in all aspects. And finally, let us pledge the Palli Siksha Bhavana. Let us pledge to make a Palli Siksha Bhavana a center of par excellence to develop a globally competitive human resources on agriculture. With these remarks, once again, I congratulate all the staff, faculty, students for this auspicious day of 61 Foundation Day, and for the student, keep it up and all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your valuable words, where you have rightly summarized the concepts of Tiger studies and have given the future outlook towards which all the faculties and the staff should work together. Thank you very much, sir, once again. Now we are almost at the end of the inaugural program. Now I would request Professor Shobhik Ghosh sir to come on the dais to deliver the vote of thanks.
Everyone, I think good morning, I must say. It's yet to be afternoon. Foundation Day is a very important day. It is nothing to mention again and again. It is the day to look back and look ahead, and really I am privileged to be here to, at the end of the inaugural session, to propose a vote of thanks. First of all, we are very privileged to have amongst us Dr. Praveen Kumar Ghosh as the chief guest for today's function. When I name Dr. Praveen Kumar Ghosh, it gives me a kind of goosebump in the sense that the kind of achievement he has achieved, being the alumni of this institute, I think many of us will be dreaming of. He has been the institution builder. He has been the director of initially IGFRI Jhansi, and for the first time internationally he could conduct the World Fodder Grassland Congress. That is quite exemplary, and from there, as he mentioned, that he happened to be the coordinator of the NAHEP, and then he became the director and esteemed Vice Chancellor of ICR NIVESM. Sir, it is really our fortune that you have accepted our invitation, and you have all the way come from your institute in spite of the busy schedule. As I understand that being director and vice chancellor of the institute, it is not easy, but the kind of attachment which you are having, that actually pushed you to be here amongst us, and I am sure being the alumni of this institute and achieving the highest positions, I always used to say that that you have got every award, every recognition of the ICR, and you will be also feel proud to know that he happened to be within the 2% of the globally recognized scientist. So that is a great achievement, and as I always believe that being the part of the PSB family, we always feel proud to have such kind of personality, and what could be the better for celebration of Foundation Day to having you, Professor and Dr. P.K. Ghosh sir. So thank you very much on my own behalf, on behalf of the Institute, Organization Committee and the University also, for coming over here and blessing this occasion as the chief guest. The guest of honor, Dr. Pradeep Dey, esteemed director of Artery Kolkata. Last time we met in Bangalore, and his presence is such a pleasing, and he's having the vision, being the person of the soil science and coming into the directorship of the artery with a great vision that will make a difference. And I'm sure that when he will be presenting his lecture after the break, that will be also a kind of educative experience for us. So thank you, sir, for coming over here and gracing this occasion as the guest of honor. As we understand that for this institute, our dean, Dr. and Professor Arun Kumar Barik, he has taken a lot of initiatives for last couple of years, as he narrated, that bringing the BSMA guidelines and reformed the UG, PG programs as well as in the PhD programs, and also developing and trying his best to develop the infrastructure and the other programs putting in place. And for this program also, he has been, taken a great initiative. So on behalf of the organizing committee and on behalf of all of us, thank you very much, Professor Barik sir, for leading this institution. And when he was presenting, as I always believe that this institution is a part of the university, so I must not forget to mention over here the Honorable Vice Chancellor sir. Even he could not be over here, but he has sent the message through our dean, Professor Barik, and his blessing and his message is really encouraging for the faculty and the students of this prestigious institution. So I express my gratitude and also sincere thanks on behalf of this institute and the organizing committee to Honorable Vice Chancellor sir. Without his guidance, perhaps it is not possible for us to do anything, and kind of this program's approval also. He wanted to be here, but he could not be here, but then our gratitude will be always for Honorable Vice Chancellor. The convener, Professor Siddhartha Dev Mukhopadhyay, who has been working hard for last fortnight for shaping the program, holding the meetings with the dean and the heads of the departments, pushing for the information what he presented, and that is a kind of encouraging for all of us. But as I said, that is looking back and looking ahead. So we need to achieve much more in next Foundation Day, as he also put forward. And thank you, Professor Mukhopadhyay, for taking the initiative, being the convener of this Foundation Day. Most esteemed teachers, I think, as Dr. Ghosh said, that whatever little we do over here, right, me over here 91, 95 as a student, and now from 2013 as a faculty, and wherever I have gone, in whatever capacities, the learning what we have achieved from the Palli Siksha Bhavana, it is the day, it keeps us remembering those precious, valuable learning from our esteemed teachers. So on this occasion, I express my heartfelt gratitude and reverence to esteemed teachers, the retired faculties, Kanchunda, Shapunda, Govinda, Trishita, Gulalda, Nakulda. They have been so affectionate. I think we cannot forget their contribution. This institute could not have been the institute what we are seeing without their presence and their nurturing. So we have been the product of their nurturance. Whosoever is there, we are attached with the Palli Siksha Bhavana. In this auspicious occasion, the most importantly, the faculties are there. So I will also express my sincere thanks to the faculties for their support, because I personally believe the institute which is celebrating 61 years of stay. So it is the relationship between teachers and students. So I take this opportunity to express my sincere thanks and gratitude and congratulations to the existing faculties and the students to be part of this historic day. Because every time when we celebrate our birthday, it is a very special day. So our birthday would not be special if this Foundation Day would not be there. Because I personally feel we exist as a part of Palli Siksha Bhavana and a part of Palli Siksha Bhavana family. I once again reiterate, we cannot ignore the PSB family to giving importance to our family, because we could not have the family of us had there not been the PSB family. So once again, big congratulations and sincere thanks to all the faculties, the staff members and the students, both the existing staff members as well as the retired staff members, without whose support, perhaps the teaching learning activities and these institutes activities would not have been possible. I also want to mention over here, especially the 26th batch of the PSB family. Before I congratulate, I personally thank the family for taking the initiative to celebrate this particular Foundation Day in a different manner, in the sense which is most wanted is the recognition of our teaching learning process. And I personally believe that the topper of each program, undergraduate to master's degree, they have been recognized because of the 26th batch's initiative to, in the remembrance of most beloved Shudip Lahiri Memorial Gold Medal Award. So I thank for this initiative to Dr. Subrata Mandal and Professor Malik being the part of that family, and all the family members. And I personally believe that this is a kind of great gesture. And as you understand, we have celebrated the Topon Memorial in 28, again, another important occasional event for this institute. I take this opportunity also to thank the other dignitaries who have been the part and parcel. If I am missing someone, please excuse me, but our sincere thanks to all of you being over here and gracing the occasion and making it a successful one. I also take the opportunity to thank the university authorities, right from registrar to finance officer to accounts, and other officers who have been there for the direct and indirect support for making this particular event, and not only this event, the very existence of the institutes is a kind of support of all. As I personally believe that Rotindra Krishi Vigyan Kendra is a part and parcel of the Palli Siksha Bhavana, so I will also take this opportunity to put forward my sincere thanks to the program coordinator Dr. Mandal and all the subject matter specialists and all the members of the Krishi Vigyan Kendra. My sincere thanks on behalf of this institute and the organizing committee. Perhaps I have not missed, but if I have missed, then I must be excused. But at the same time, it is a sincere thanks from my behalf as well as from behalf of organizing committee. But I will be not doing my duty if I do not thank the anchors, because we know the importance of the anchoring, right? So I take this opportunity to thank the excellent anchoring done by Dr. Moha and Dr. Shanali. They have been always ready for any program, so without them this program would not have been successful. So thank you very much, thank you one and all. If I miss someone, I thank him or her also. Thank you.
On behalf of the organizing committee, I heartily thank Professor Shobhik Ghosh for delivering the vote of thanks in a beautiful manner. So we are almost at the closure of the inaugural session of the 61st Foundation Day program. So we will just break for a very short 10 minutes tea break. The tea will be served outside. So all the students and faculty members are requested to assemble in the hall just after 10 minutes. We have two important lectures which will be delivered by our guest of honor and chief guest, and they will be very valuable and informative. So it is a request that all students and faculty members do assemble in the hall after 10 minutes. We will just break up for